Hey, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of the Stable Podcast. Hope you guys are having a good time. We are excited to talk about a lot of developments that have happened over the last few weeks.
In wrestling!
So if you are not aware of the things that have gone down, we're going to kind of go over some of those things specifically with WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. We will take another time to talk about some of the recent changes in the AEW brand and those sorts of things. Because I'll tell you what, I know we've said this multiple times. It is probably better than it has been in the last 5 years to be a wrestling fan.
Yep.
I agree.
Just in general, with the things going on in the professional wrestling world.
I agree.
We are in some incredible times right now, and we're definitely going to talk a little bit more about that, specifically, again, about some of the new recent changes with WWE. We're going to kind of catch you guys up if you are not aware of some of the developments that have happened over the last few weeks, or I would say probably a month by now.
Yeah.
But before we do that, let's go ahead and get into our introductions, and then we will have a little bit of fun. So we'll go ahead and start to my left.
This is Josh.
This is Dr. Deb.
And, of course, I am your host, Big Don. So if you are not aware, and I know that I will definitely be cut off and corrected because I know that I'm going to make a mistake.
You're wrong.
At some point. Yeah, see?
Just get it out of your system now.
That's right.
Just work it out.
warn
Okay.
you guys all.
Uh-huh.
Several weeks ago, about a month ago or so by now, I think towards the end of July, middle to end of July, we had the momentous occasion that many of us wrestling fans legitimately have been waiting for, which was the retirement of a Vincent Kennedy McMahon from the WWE and a stepping in and assignment of a co-CEO brand with Nick Khan. And,
The other Khan.
Yeah, the other Khan. And Stephanie McMahon are now the co-CEOs. And then a returning Triple H, now officially, I think Paul Levesque is what he's officially going by in his official title role, which is Joshy?
He is Vice President of Talent Relations.
And
Head of Creative.
Right. And I know that there was, I don't know if you guys felt it, but there was definitely a little concern. We kind of chatted a little bit about it privately while things were developing because Vince had stepped away from his CEO position and retired, but he had not formally stepped away or resigned from his creatives position.
I love the fact that we keep putting retired. Everyone,
He
look,
didn't retire. He got asked to retire.
I think forced might have been a more appropriate word choice there, but...
Well, here's the thing. You're never going to force Vince McMahon to do anything.
That's true.
You're never going to force him to do anything. However, a very direct, focused, and concise conversation from your daughter, I would probably say.
And possibly her husband.
Or partner. Well, no.
I don't think so?
I think more along the lines of the two that are in the CEO position. I think Stephanie and Nick Khan probably sat down with Vince and said, here's the deal. We would prefer not to watch this incredible billion-dollar company
melt down in front of our face.
Well, I just start kind of taking on a lot of flack because of things that you have privately done that we have just recently found out about.
Yep.
So we're going to try and save some face. We're going to ask you to go ahead and retire. And we're going to celebrate you, and we're going to move on.
Now, that is our conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. It is. I will definitely 100% put out there that this is just the theory that we're kind of playing around with because we enjoy role-playing games.
And,
exactly.
Come up with
We can all play characters.
and just to
right
be
now.
clear, we're not writing any of this down, so it is not libel.
No.
Nope.
And we don't know if it's true and not claiming it's true, so it's not slander.
Absolutely.
My understanding is we're playing a role-play game.
Yeah,
we're
sure.
playing the WWE role-play game, right? That's where we're a gaming podcast spin-off.
Look, if we could say throughout the
reasonable.
established facts, please don't sue us. We love you. This is a please don't sue us. Thank you, Vince McMahon.
And I
And whoever
definitely-
put Paul Levesque in charge of creative, I will send you flowers.
Yeah, I think that there are some major challenges that WWE has in front of it for this shift both as a business, and on the creative aspect of things. So there's a lot of things that they're going to have to kind of tackle and deal with, whether it be the aftermath of some decision that was made or kind of building off of the foundation that was laid. But given those challenges, I think we're all extremely excited. And even just the last couple of weeks that that Paul has been in that position, it feels so weird to call him that. That H, I'm
yes.
just going to call him.
As fans, I think he expects that. There's a business element of it. Of course, he tries to go by Paul Levesque, but fans are going to call him Triple H. We know him as Triple H, and though he may never wrestle again, he will always be Triple H to us. That's just how it's going to be. So
no doubt. No doubt.
No, I tell you, the exciting stuff that's going on. I mean, we're filming this on a Monday night, so we're not 100% sure what's going on Raw right now.
I have been trying to show Josh and Deb here some. Josh let me plug into his
Bleacher Report
so I could try and update. And I've literally just been scrolling, like, oh look, Bailey's back. Oh look, Finn Balor's got a new entrance. Oh look, KO's back.
It looks good. Yeah.
So many cool things.
Yes. Yeah. And it's been very noticeable on SmackDown. And
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm all right.
I breathe through it.
A little bit.
Breathe through it.
It's so emotional. It's been very noticeable on SmackDown, and it is noticeable on Raw, but we've kind of said this in the past about the 2 hour versus 3 hour. Yeah. Like, there's a lot more urgency in that 2 hour block than there is in the 3 hours of Raw. That said, between the improvements that have been made to the Ronda Rousey character, the Roman Reigns, even though he's not there as much, they're really making a big deal out of him and this upcoming match with Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Castle.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand by that the biggest thing that has happened thus far is they've made the United States title and the Intercontinental title mean something again.
Thank goodness.
And the women's tag titles.
Yeah, welcome back.
I know that they have been.
The what?
Yeah.
The what?
Yeah, the women's tag.
Those existed in WWE? Are you sure?
The belts that were carried by Naomi and Sasha to
that walked away.
CEO's office that then walked away.
No, that wasn't the CEO. No, they dropped it off of John Laurinaitis, the former VP of Talent Relations.
That guy.
This guy, the guy with the voice.
Who will forever now be known.
That's my one impression.
The father-in-law of Bryan Danielson.
That's true.
Yes, that's true. That's priorities.
Still
people.
weird truth.
Priorities.
Yeah, it is. But yes, so the women's tag titles.
Yeah.
If you're not caught up, they're doing a women's tag tournament, which I think is legitimately, since King of the Ring, the first tournament that they have done in the WWE for quite a while. I know last year they did one for the women's tag titles up to WrestleMania. Was that, or was it 2 years ago?
I don't remember.
I think it was 2 years ago.
I think it was 2 years ago.
That was when I was mad that the Riot Squad didn't win it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was
That's
the thing.
how long ago? Yeah, well, 2 years ago was also 2020.
No, that was a gauntlet match.
the year that shall not be named.
Oh, you're right. So it wasn't even a tournament.
No.
That's right. You're absolutely right.
But they might have done the tournament to crown the first winners, which is when Bayley and Sasha won it.
Yeah, maybe.
Which is kind of nice to see that kind of nostalgic feel come back. But they're really trying to make Labor Day weekend for wrestling is going to be insane. And if you haven't seen the planned week of wrestling schedules, this is a WWE focus, but understand that on Monday it's Raw, on Tuesday you've got NXT, Wednesday you've got Dynamite, Thursday you've got Impact, Friday you've got Rampage, Saturday you've got Clash of the Castle, Sunday you've got NXT has a show as well as All Out.
Yeah.
Is that whole week there's something every night in some way, shape, or form.
Ridiculous.
So, and WWE
You're
with
gonna
the
overdose.
new creative direction that is clearly making a push for you to understand what's going on.
Yes.
We've got, I don't know what's going to happen with the U.S. title just yet, but the fact that they had AJ Styles versus Bobby Lashley,
Heck yeah.
man, Theory and Bobby, even Theory, who's getting whooped, which, by the way, if they continue beating him like this, he's totally going to cash in and somehow probably win that title, but just don't do it yet. Don't do it yet.
We get a little more time.
I don't know. I'm hoping he loses, but that's another discussion. But the Intercontinental title, found this out on What Culture this week, which was really a bit of information I was surprised to hear. The Intercontinental title is being defended for the first time on a pay-per-view as the Intercontinental Championship between Gunther, formerly Walter, and Sheamus for the first time since WrestleMania 37.
Oh, buddy.
Wow.
And
That's a
those
year and a
two,
half.
It's a year and a half.
That's a year and a
they're
half.
going to beat the
Snot out of each other.
Snot out of each other.
And I
we're
thought-
family friendly because otherwise it'd be.
And if you've ever seen
Oh.
Sheamus's chest blown up, it is going to be so
he's gonna be on
bad.
fire.
So bad.
He's gonna be
So
on
bad.
His
fire.
chest will be redder than his hair and beard.
Yeah, but
Yes,
Gunther's is
true.
probably going to be almost as red as his
I mean,
trunks.
That's
Probably.
true.
It's just-
It's
it's
man.
It's going to be, and what's great about this, especially with the recent announcement of NXT UK being temporarily shut down and rebranded as NXT Europe, and Walter, now Gunther, being a very early NXT UK champion. He's from Germany. Here's it, Austria. I think it's Austria, but I
Look
could
it
be
up
wrong.
if you wanted me to. but-
But he's from Europe himself, and Sheamus is from Ireland, and
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre's from Scotland.
Yeah.
All are in major
League
high.
of Nations?
Huh? Yes, kind of.
League of Nations
No, because
2.0?
well, let's see. Stu Bennett or Wade Barrett
Yeah.
is an announcer now. Miro's in AEW.
Yeah.
Alberto somewhere in AAA, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing right now. So no, not quite League of Nations.
Yeah, but I'm sure that they can fill in the gap.
As a matter of fact, the WWE has a better chance of reuniting the three-man band than they do of the League of Nations right now.
oh my goodness.
That would be incredible.
That's because they have 2 out of 3 versus
I
2 out of
know, I
4.
got it.
Better chances. Okay.
Oh, thank
Sure.
you,
They
dear.
just got to get Heath.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but He's
got kids.
He's got.
I'm sure. I'm sure that he'll,
Sorry, I'll keep. I'm so excited. Like I know you are too. I'm
Can't
really
stop
excited.
talking.
I
You're
can't.
so excited.
I'm going to
I'm
shut
not
up for a
gonna get
minute.
word
You're
in.
word vomiting.
There's going to be nothing for me to share with
I'm-
my audience out there in lovely land
She-
because he's just going to keep
Just
talking.
Deb's.
Just
That's all
Deb's
it is.
audience.
It is. It's just out there. Yeah.
Go ahead, Deb. What are you
go for it.
excited about?
Well, I'm delighted that Triple H / Paul Levesque, whatever we're calling the guy now, he showed everyone what he was capable of with NXT, and then it just whatever that NXT 2.0 weird color scheme, and it just made me feel like I was lost in the 70s rave, and then gave up. So we all knew what he was capable of, and we were all dreaming. I mean, it felt like it was like the dream of every WWE fan in history of, would you please just give him the reins and leave the man alone? So I can't wait to see what he does. I mean, even though we're like, we're not sure what's going on with the Intercontinental title. I don't care. I just want to see what he does next. And I haven't been excited about WWE. I don't remember how long it's been. That's how long it's been.
Since before WrestleMania 30.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably accurate. Well, maybe
No.
32.
No.
No.
No. When Brock beat the streak, that was when it started to go downhill for you.
He's not wrong.
I
Anywho, true. But, and then, can I just say, I mean, I'm wearing an HBK shirt
Yes.
for a reason.
What is Shawn Michaels doing now?
Paul Levesque, his best friend, I think they're still best friends. It sure seems
They
like
better
it. Exactly. They really better be
better
now. He called up his wife and said, "Hey, honey, can I hire my best friend in the whole world to help me play this wrestling game? This $2 billion, how many $billion wrestling game?" And she went, "Sure, sweetie, as long as you don't play the Degeneration X theme too loud and keep the kids up."
Yeah.
Then Sean comes in the house and is like, "Let's do this." And I'm like, okay, that's not really what happened at all. But I was just having fun imagining that conversation. He sits down at the desk. "Hey, Sean, we got to talk." Okay.
Yeah.
But
And
it's
Sean walks
fantastic.
in from next door.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you need to talk about?
Yeah.
But can you, the possibilities. The possibilities.
Well, and I would say that I think what is such a smart move in putting Sean in that position is Sean loves pushing the next generation of wrestler.
Precisely.
Now.
More than, well, I would say
No, I'm
Since
stating
his
that.
return.
Yes.
since his in-ring return
Yes.
after he came back from his back surgery and
Yeah.
being broke, and when he was a very different Sean
Yes.
than what left, he found his smile.
Yes.
When Shawn came back after he found his smile, that Shawn Michaels that personality, that love and passion for what he was doing has now translated, and for several years has translated into him wanting to see the success, both creatively and professionally, of wrestling and wrestlers. And you can listen to interviews that people like Johnny Gargano, like Adam Cole, John Moxley, like guys who are even AEW guys now, they have such a strong connection, familial connection almost, with Shawn, because he loves what he's doing and he wants to see. He's old guy Shawn now. He's not gonna get back in the ring.
No.
I wish he would be able to. I mean, he physically can, but I think that he has moved past that time in his career.
Yeah,
and I'm really
that's
excited
okay.
to see what he's gonna do now as the front man for NXT.
Man,
because Triple H did such an incredible job in that role. And now Shawn gets a chance to. I know he's not like the head of the NXT production, but he is the guy.
I think of him as sorry, it's a bad joke. What is it that Tyrion was in Game of Thrones? The right hand of the king.
The hand of the king,
the
yeah.
hand of the
Hand of
king.
the
I
king.
kind of feel like Shawn Michaels is the hand of the king in regards. If H is the king, I'm your hand, because
He's the king of kings.
Well, see,
per his own moniker.
see it like
yes.
that. See, so that anyway.
Does that make Shawn the hand of hands?
Yes.
Sure.
The hand
Why
of
not?
hands.
I don't even know. what
Well,
we're
it's
talking
funny
about.
you mentioned that Shawn's maybe not necessarily in charge of NXT, but my understanding is his title is now Vice President of Talent Development,
Right.
which really kind of means he is in charge of NXT, but
Well,
maybe not. I don't know.
What I mean by that is he's not exclusively shoehorning himself
Right.
into the production of NXT. He's probably going to be over the Performance Center. He's probably going to be over NXT 2.0.
Well, I think he's doing NXT Europe too. I think
That's
he's a bit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that it's a larger stroke. It's a broader stroke than just, hey, this is the NXT showrunner. It's like,
Right.
no, this guy is from tryouts
Right.
to character development.
Are they ready to move up from NXT to
Right.
Raw? Is Raw or SmackDown going to be the better fit? How are we going
Right.
to, present that? At least
Yeah.
that's how I imagine it.
Yeah, no,
Like right now,
I
they're going to
think
be
so.
great. Let's put these guys together in the tag team in NXT. I can just see
He's
him
like
seeing
the
all the
recruiting
pieces.
manager of
Yeah.
the WWE at this point.
And the
Like,
coach of, okay, he needs a little more character development before we're ready to move him up. But I mean, I can see that in regards to, again, the possibilities of being able to just hopefully not feel as disjointed in WWE. And I know that that's been a discussion, which is another episode. We won't go there. But the brand split, Raw, SmackDown, it feels... I feel like it can feel disjointed. You got all these different things. Are they really talking to each other? Half the time, it didn't seem like it in the past.
Well, they
Whereas-
shouldn't be. If you ask the networks, they shouldn't be, because they want to be considered separate brands. But because the previous administration
That didn't
was...
sound weird at all in the White House. Wait, no, we're talking about another house. Sorry. Okay.
I didn't want to say previous regime.
That's reasonable. That's reasonable. I'll go with that.
But
Yeah.
they were not developing the stars on each of their brands. And especially when I have no problem with the Bloodline. Like, I think the Bloodline's one of the best storylines they have going on right now.
I think it is one of the best stables in the business right now.
But I do agree with the networks that are upset that Roman has the titles and is not showing up on both shows.
Agreed. I agree.
If that's what they're going to do, because the Usos are showing up on both shows
Right.
more often than Roman is, and Roman has the main title. So them being, I totally understand them being bothered by that and wanting a main title back on, particularly Raw, because Roman is a SmackDown guy
Right.
more
Right
than
now.
anything right now. But that said, now I believe the draft is gonna be coming up soon, and I believe if Triple H wants to continue the separation, because the separation makes sense from a business perspective for the networks, for the WWE to allow for more of the guys to be on TV, because you can have a roster of 60 people on Raw and a roster of 40 or 50 people on SmackDown and have two entirely different programs doing entirely different storylines, and that's good.
right.
Okay, well then maybe the disjointed was from something else. But
Oh
it
no, the
just felt-
disjointed is because it wasn't separated very well.
Okay, it wasn't clean enough in the separation, and that's why it felt too muddy.
That's
maybe
my
that's a word,
opinion.
maybe that's a better word for it. It felt too muddy.
But I know what culture is pro bringing everybody back together, and I'm not. I believe that the separation should be there.
I love the brand split.
How about we just make up our mind as to whether we're actually split or not? Can we agree with
I mean,
that?
that's really
we
what
can't make
we
up our mind,
need.
then no one knows what you are.
So I was
anyhow.
actually going to pose. I know we're obviously talking about several different things, and I'm sorry for you out there if it seems like it's a little bit slapdash and thrown together. But there's so many things that we're so excited about. It's really hard to focus on any one thing.
Yeah, well,
But-
and we may be doing a little bit of a shorter episode so that we can go to the next one because we all want to talk
Right.
about what's going on with AEW too. So,
Absolutely.
so you just have to tune in.
Too much.
Yeah. My question posed to the three of us, the panel, if you will, if we are passionate about having the brand split, what do you think is the best way to possibly split the titles, or do you have a universal title holder that is then obligated to be on both shows? How would you creatively handle that?
I would. Well, frankly, I would have been at SummerSlam. That whole Brock and Roman thing, I would have. That's it. He clearly, you two are the top dogs. Winner. This guy's got the belt, and because Brock was primarily on Raw and Roman was primarily on SmackDown, that goes to SmackDown. We reintroduce the title on Raw. That's what, and then we would have had a tournament working our way to the Clash of the Castle. That's how I would have done it. That worked in the past, and yeah, well, but if Roman's the undisputed, how can you have another champion? Because there are other champions across the world. There are 150 world champions right now. Like I appreciate Roman Reigns being the top, like he is the big dog. He is the head of the table. I'm not going to say bask in his glory because that's Keith Lee's thing. That's how I would have done it.
Acknowledge
He's
him.
acknowleded.
That's all he.
Okay, that's all he wants. That's all he ever asks
You're
for all the time.
acknowledged.
We see you, Roman.
We see you.
We see you.
Anyways, that's how I would have done it. But because they haven't done that,
That's where I'm going.
they can't do it with, like, if Drew beats Roman, Drew's going to be on both brands. Roman won't,
Sure.
but if Drew beats him, then he's going to be on both brands. They're going to have to find a way to say, an easy way would be to have Theory beat him for a championship because the contract says that you can challenge for a championship.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's a stupid out, but it would work.
I don't think so. Here's what's interesting. I think Theory I think he is a great rising star. I think he has a ton of potential. I don't want them to take out whatever frustrations they have for him being pushed like he has been because of his relationship with Vince. At least the television relationship that he has with Vince.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether it was a real life or television, the fact of the matter is the result was he was pushed to the moon. I think he is a great talent. I think that his relationship with Johnny Gargano and that group when he was in NXT,
The way.
thank you. I could not remember the name of their stable, but I think that really helped him get into the position that he is in. I think it would be very interesting if Drew beat Roman and then the bloodline just decimated Drew after Roman loses. And then Theory comes out and does exactly that and challenges for one of the two titles and immediately beats him and takes one away. Because then at least even if he's a transitional champ, he has done the work. He has been improving. And I think that would also, because it's a title, I think very similar to when The Miz won his first big title, it really will push him into a maybe lower on the card, but an upper card guy.
Just don't do it at the castle. Don't
Why?
do it in Britain.
Why?
No.
Beat down Drew McIntyre and those people
Why?
might riot.
He is
legit.
Scottish.
I don't care if they did a Raw in Britain the next night and did it.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't do
Don't
it at Clash
do
of
it
the
at
Castle.
Well,
No.
I disagree, but
Okay.
I feel where you're coming from.
I'm with
You know what
you.
the bad thing is? I'm saying that right now. I would love
Oh,
every
100%.
second of it if it happened at the
100%.
castle.
As long as I can be promised that there is not an actual riot going to happen? Because this is
we can't promise that.
exactly.
Wrestling.
They're
Yeah,
coming
no.
into the castle drunk.
Oh, exactly.
Is
Thus-
it actually in a castle?
It is right next to the castle. Like
Okay.
there is a castle right next door,
Next
which
door. Clash
is so-
we were
near
gonna
the
do it in the
castle.
castle, but then
Clash
we could only
next
fit
door
No, no.
to the castle.
no, Clash near the castle is the What Culture event that's going on Saturday morning before Clash at the castle.
I love those guys so much.
Sorry, I know we're promoting some other, but I don't care. That's they
They're
make
great.
us
awesome.
giggle.
They're great.
One day that we'll all be friends.
That's right.
Oh.
We'll do an interview with one of
Simon
them.
Miller
I
doesn't know that
I-
he's my best friend.
He's
But
in the
I'm
US
letting you
right
know.
now.
I
He,
really-
he is my best friend. He just doesn't know it yet. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Adam Cleary and Simon Miller and
Adam Wilborn
Adam
and Andy
Wilborn,
Murray. and,
Andy
yeah.
Murray. Oh,
Yep, we're just name dropping all of you.
that's right. Because they're great. Because they
we'll
deserve
tag.
it.
We should tag
All right.
them.
Can I have one moment? Okay, maybe not a moment. Maybe it's sort of like a minute.
Oh, spotlight on the doctor.
Well, no, I just want a moment to can I just have a moment of a little bit of dissatisfaction? But it happened before Paul
Oh, yeah.
came along.
Yeah.
100%.
Just a little whim.
Yeah, we'll let you be dissatisfied for now,
Okay,
so we can wrap up with a 3 count before we go to AEW.
precisely. Okay. Ronda Rousey fought Liv Morgan at the pay-per-view. It was a great match. Those two ladies can fight. It was a great match until they did a WWE at the end. Not a current WWE. It was an old WWE move. This is not a current WWE move. Please tell me it's not. Why did they have the same stupid thing happen to her that they did at WrestleMania? That the ref is apparently lost, knocked out, killed, otherwise incapacitated. He's just gone.
That didn't happen. No, what happened? No. In this instance, he couldn't see the tap out.
Right. So apparently the ref just looks like an idiot. That's
Yes.
better.
Well,
Not at all. Okay. And so now then Liv Morgan, who taps out. Liv knows she taps out. Liv's supposed to be face. And so Ronda has won, but no, the ref didn't see it. So we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. Okay, face. What? Okay. And then she wins, supposedly. Ronda's fit to be tied. I'm on Ronda's side. I'm like, Ronda should break an arm. Not really. Don't actually break any arms, Ronda. But in game here, like, seriously? You're going to do this again? And now Liv looks like an idiot, or she just looks like, is she turning heel? I don't know what to think at this point, because Ronda tapped her out. Okay, I'm going to win anyway. Well, that's a heel move, and yet you're trying to present her as face. Are you trying to flip Ronda heel? Because now you just confused me, because Liv just did the heel move. It was a mess. And on the time I was done, I was like, I don't even want to watch the rest of this. And I did. You can ask my husband. I stomped upstairs.
She left.
I did. I left. Didn't even watch the last match. I
It
was so ticked off.
It was a great last match.
I bet it- I mean,
Brock
I'm sure it
Lesnar
was.
lifted the ring with a tractor.
it was awesome.
I mean,
You-
I believe that.
yeah,
It was
you-
Farmer Brock. How could this have been a bad thing? Because
Yeah.
I adore Farmer Brock. But I was so mad that they did it again that I just didn't know what to do. But now everyone's, I mean,
Yeah,
Rhonda's character now is improving. Thank you, Paul. But still, don't do that again. They do it one more time, there might be objects thrown.
So here's what I will say to that.
Please. Try to convince
No,
me.
I'm not here to convince you. I'm
Convince me.
just here to lay out more information and allow you to continue to evolve your perspective on it.
Ah, okay.
Right, so change your mind.
Yeah. We know how easy that is.
Or just have a more well-balanced opinion. You don't have to change your mind. If you're passionate about how you feel about it, go for it. But what
when
I
am
will
I not
say
passionate
this,
about how I feel about? Okay.
what I will say is this: having a screwy finish like that, though I agree that WWE caters to the screwy finish,
Yeah.
it's very rare for them to have a clean finish,
Exactly.
which is
Tiresome to
disappointing.
me. Yeah.
It's
and just-
disappointing.
Yeah.
However, what I will say is that winning in that manner doesn't hurt Ronda, and it helps Liv because she is still the champ. She still has the opportunity to challenge other people, and it pushes the narrative with Ronda and her forward into whatever. Now, do I agree that I think that storyline should soon come to conclusion? Absolutely, because I think that there are other things that you can do with both Liv and Ronda that really put Ronda in that spotlight. But I think what I will say is that Liv has never had the opportunity to run with the title. She has always kind of been looked at as the underdog.
Right.
Which is why I understood when she was like when she was in the armbar and did not tap, I was like, that's
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that if she would have lost in the manner in which she was tapping out,
Right.
I think that it still would have been looked upon as they gave her a push. But I, as a Liv fan, would have continued to look at it as to say, man, I really wish that they would actually trust Liv to do something more as Liv Morgan.
And I think that's part of what I struggle with too, is to me, having the tap out
Yeah.
does not make Liv look, maybe Liv still looks strong to you. Liv doesn't look strong to me now.
But she didn't tap.
But she did.
But she did.
But she didn't.
I know.
The decision from the ref was that she pinned Ronda.
And the decision from the ref was Daniel Garcia beat Brian Danielson. So again,
Oh,
conversation for
I
later.
understand.
Oh,
No, I
that's
get
the
it.
next
I
episode.
know.
I get it.
Oh,
I get
you
it.
love to poke the bear. That
I
man
get
loves
it.
to poke the bear.
I
You
do.
just
I'm
watched him
saying,
do it.
I love.
That's later.
But here's what I will also.
So it just made me, to me, it's like, if you want Liv to look strong, make her look strong. Just make up your
But-
mind and make her look strong.
Okay,
she
but-
tapped, but she didn't tap. Now we don't even know what happened.
But
now
do you
we're all
believe-
confused.
Do you believe that Liv Morgan could beat Ronda Rousey?
Yes. In the right circumstances. Yeah, I do.
Those were the right circumstances.
No.
She's never going to beat
No.
Ronda Rousey in a ring, head to head. Ronda being
If you love Liv that much, how come I'm defending Liv Morgan and he's the Liv Morgan fan? Someone explain
love
this to
Liv
me.
Morgan, and I think Liv Morgan should have.
I think
the
she can do
women's
it.
title. I think she should have a tag title 5 years ago.
I agree completely. But I don't think it should be when everyone watches her this magical tap out that apparently happened in an alternate universe that nobody saw.
No. It happened. I acknowledge that it happened, just like I acknowledge Roman Reigns.
Right.
I acknowledge that it happened.
So
I understand that it happened.
it
I
made me-
also understand that there have been times when John Cena and Batista have fallen out of the ring at the exact same time.
Right before Vince McMahon tears both quads.
Yeah, there have been times when screwy.
You're
things
not
have
helping by
happened.
bringing Vince into the equation. You know this, right?
Here's what I will
Okay,
say.
Good.
Here's another thing that I will say. If every other match would have been a clean finish, if all of them would have been a clean finish, I still would not have been disappointed with that finish being what it was for Liv and Ronda.
And we can just agree to disagree.
That's fine.
Because
That's
I wanted
fine.
Liv to look
Again,
stronger.
I
wanted her to be more, a stronger champ than that. And to you, it was not. But to me, it made her look like.
Well,
a
she's
champ.
got her chance
Yeah.
because at Clash of the Castle, it's her and Shayna Baszler.
Right. Which honestly,
So no pressure, Paul Levesque.
I
Impress me.
honestly
I
think
would put the championship on Shayna in a heartbeat.
100%.
Sorry.
100%.
And I love Liv.
I love Liv.
I won't argue
I
with you.
Want Shayna
I actually
to have
won't
that
argue with
title
you.
So bad
I'll give
because
that to you.
I want Shayna and Ronda.
Oh.
I want Shayna and Ronda to be in the ring.
Paul Levesque wants
Across
Shayna and
from-
Ronda in the ring.
across
Stephanie
from each other
McMahon
over the title.
wants Ronda Rousey
Yeah.
versus Shayna Baszler. Let's
those
say
two
that.
working together.
Agreed.
I think
I think that'll be
there's-
magic on screen.
Man.
So I'm gonna. This is again one of those bits of information that I've heard that I don't know if have been confirmed. But my understanding is that the finish to Ronda and Liv was one of Vince's last planned finishes, that they
Which
honored
makes
it.
sense.
So
May it rest in peace.
makes
I know,
Here's
but
what I
if
will
that gives
say.
you any solace,
I will take the Ronda Liv finish over the Randy Orton Fiend finish.
Oh Lord, yes, all day long. Well, that's like saying, I would
Right.
rather,
I would rather
drink.
I would rather burn my grilled cheese.
No, I'm thinking more like I would rather drink sewage rather than drink arsenic. I
Yeah,
mean, that's pretty
absolutely.
much where we're at with that
Because
comparison.
I can always
What?
get
That was
sick
horrible.
later. It is, but it's a good comparison.
This is-
To be
See?
honest.
I-
It was on the same frame of
I
mind
won't
that I was
die.
on when
I
you
won't
started
die
that.
from sewage, but I'm
Right.
gonna die from the arsenic. So
Right.
okay, but it was. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so I'm hoping that we're I'm going to try and get this up and posted before Clash of the Castle so that people have plenty of opportunity to look forward to that. I don't know if you're aware of everything that's going on at Clash, but just a real quick, is there anything in particular that you're absolutely looking forward to for Clash of the Castle? I will
Roman versus Drew.
and I'm going to say
they're
I'm
two-
looking forward to Gunther versus Sheamus almost more than that match.
Okay.
Is-
I like Drew. I like looking at Drew McIntyre. I'm just gonna say that,
Is
just
the
like that.
win-
We're gonna leave it there.
Is the women's tag concluding in Clash
Yes.
of Castle? Yeah, that's where I'm. That's
That's
where
fair.
That's
Just for when Sasha and Naomi return.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has please tell me Paul Levesque has met with him and apologized.
My
up
understanding
and down.
is that is the case, but that is not confirmed. Sorry.
And it doesn't matter to me. They're
Yep.
coming back anyway. It doesn't. I mean,
Yeah, I
it
don't-
just tells too good of a story.
And there's too much money to be made for them.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So,
As long as
Yeah.
they, yeah.
so that's what we're looking forward to for Clash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and anything that Judgment Day does.
Right.
Well,
Well,
I love them so
which probably means so tonight's Raw
Mm-hmm.
was supposed to be Edge and Damian Priest, which leads me to believe they're going to do Edge and Finn Balor at the Clash, which I don't know if that's confirmed either. But
he's still my heart. Okay, maybe I want that.
but
one.
again, he's Irish, right?
Yes.
Finn's
Yes.
Irish, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have to put him on the show. They
Yeah,
have to.
Yeah.
He's so good. Anywho,
I have plenty of reasons to, but I mean, they're going to be over there. Give every hometown any opportunity they possibly
and
can.
you put him if you put him against Edge, you've got like the stardom of Edge versus Finn Balor. Yes.
I really think that they need to try
All day long.
and figure out how to finagle them into a tag picture as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Like Finn and Damien, or do a mixed tag. Mixed tag would be an interesting thing that they could look into.
Well, they're setting up the Viking Raiders to be pretty huge
Oh
right
my
now.
gosh, dude.
Yeah.
So-
finally.
They
I know.
destroyed Kofi.
Finally.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We gotta end this
It's all
thing.
We do.
WWE. It's
We
all
do.
WWE.
We do.
We gotta end this shindig.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I do have a 3 count.
Sweet.
Thank goodness
I
somebody
do have a
does.
3 count. All right. You guys ready?
Yes.
Yes.
I have to switch sides so
Oh.
I can actually see it from my microphone. Okay. If Trips is the King of Kings and Sean is the Hand of Hands, does that make Road Dogg the Hound? One. Okay. I'll let you get through that for a second.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Next one is actually a question for the audience. How do you drink sewage? One sip at a time.
Oh, gross. Two.
And finally, Vince. Screwed Vince.
Three.
Thank you guys so much for joining us on episode 16 of The Stable. We love you all, and we will check you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.